Sorry for that. I need to
How's it
join
going?
on my phone. No idea why it won't actually let me join on my laptop. So I mean, I hope you guys can hear me okay, loud, clear.
Oh, yeah, it's coming through fine now. I think it cuts out a second there, but yeah, hopefully it should be okay. Hey there, Alex. Mm. All right,
I can
okay.
hear you okay. I
Let me
think
drop
it
you.
was a bit behind. You are correct.
Okay, 1 second. Just log back in. Is okay. Are you ready, Alex? Can start recording. Introduce you. We can go in. Okay, let me try the 4G. 1 second.
So since you are here, Acti, let me know how can you hear me? Is it okay? Is it all good? Am I lagging? Perfect, perfect, awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for Glenn to step back in. Yeah. Just me. I'm gonna be the only one.
Is that any better? I'm still cutting out. Can everyone hear me okay?
Let's try that one more time. Glenn, can you say something?
Um, yeah, can everyone hear me okay? Seems to be
I
some
think
sort
maybe
of
Acti
lag.
can confirm. I think there's still a bit of lag, maybe
Um,
on my end.
um, okay, I'll do it from my phone. 1 second. I'll log in on my phone. That'll be better. Okay, I'm logged in on my phone now, so is that coming through better for everyone?
I think so. I think so.
Okay,
To
that's
be
better.
fairly honest with you, Glenn, I had to do the same thing. I'm on my phone right
Mm.
now. Laptop's acting on me, so don't worry about it. I think I can hear you loud and clear, no lag. So definitely we can probably make this happen for sure.
Yeah, I'll start the recording now. I'll introduce you, and then we can go straight into the X Capital project. Okay, welcome to the Wellcoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host today, and we've got X Capital joining us today. The project's a community governance token. It's got an XCAP swap, a DApp that helps you to earn money, which we can go into shortly in the NFTs series and mining for the token. But first, if you can just introduce yourself with your background and experience, Alex, that'd be great.
Definitely. First of all, thanks everybody for having us. My name is Alex. I'm the AMA speaker for X Capital Project. I'm not a part of the core team, but I spoke with the team and they asked me to support. Their English is not their main language, so that is why we started a collaboration. So let me give you a couple of words about myself and then about the team, so you guys can get to know us a bit better, and we'll probably move on to the next section. So as I said, my name is Alex. I started crypto about a year and a half ago. I'm still an investor, researcher. I'm not going to call myself a marketer because that's not really what I am. I'm an AMA speaker in various communities and for some projects, some being the operative keyword because I tend to nitpick. How I got in touch with this particular project with X Capital and its CEO. I think he heard me in a couple of AMAs, and I read about their marketing plans. We got together, we started to discuss, and I was on board with their strategy. And I said, "Listen, let's make this happen. Let's try. I'm gonna do my best to present the information." I did so in our past AMAs, and I will try to do so for you guys as well. I know the community, so that's why I say thank you again for having us. I know the Whalecoin talk community is a huge one. I can already see probably close to 200 participants, so definitely appreciate the interest. Now, when it comes to the team, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is how they introduced themselves to me as well. Um, and this is a correlation with the project and the name itself. Each and every one of the members has an X in front of their nickname, and let me go straight into their nicknames per se. 0713 is the CEO and project management, 0526 designer and marketing, 0623 web developer, 1954 smart contract developer, 0004 marketing, and 0508 is the mysterious connection. So the correlation is that each and every one of these digits has an X in front of them, therefore making the connection with the X Capital project. They're not actually anonymous. From what I know, they had a KYC. There were some issues within. I don't know if it was a fraudulent connection that tried to step in, and that caused a damage on the KYC. They are redoing it, and the certificate should be available. I'm not sure if it's done right now. It should be available. I am involved with their communication as well, so what I can tell you in terms of KYC is that they did it once and they are prepared to redo it just to make sure that there are no further, let's say, questions in regards to that. So they are willing to dox themselves fully. They'll have the badge added to the Pixel as well. So no worries when it comes to that. And yeah, I think that kind of encompasses a bit about me and a bit about the team as well. Let me know if you have any additional questions on that side, Glenn.
Yeah, that's great, Alex. Yeah, so the X Capital's got a DApp that helps you earn money. I'm wondering if we can explain how that works for investors.
Definitely, definitely. Well, before we start exactly with the utility, let me share with you what the vision of the team was and how did they envision it. So, I mean, we probably each and every one of us already knows that back in the day we weren't actually familiar with the money flow and how things are running. You have your well-known whales, the people that have the huge capital and are able to actually turn the chart either on the good or on the positive side, and then you have the rest of the investors. Back in, I think it was back in 2020, the team actually came into contact with Dogecoin, a huge coin. Everybody knows it, and they found the decentralization idea interesting. Not only to make money, on top of that, they also are trying to provide the safety for as much as possible when it comes to the funds. So everything that I'm going to share right now is already visible on the website, on the Telegram, on the white paper. You guys can check it out for yourself. With the decentralization idea in mind, and with the fact that they're trying to, let's say, to develop on the Web3. I think it was back in January or February when Web3 as a total niche gained an additional $200 million as an investment. Various areas of interest covered there. They're going to develop on the Web3 applications because of their love for Web3 and past experience. They're going to adopt the decentralization idea, of course, for as long as it's possible. I know there have been some talks about centralization in ways remains to be seen. I don't think the crypto space is going to go through that. So Web3 decentralization, bringing the money flow towards the middle class as well. So people to actually be let's say, secure and reliable on their funds. That was pretty much their idea, aside from the fact that at some point everybody was wondering, so I'm going to invest in this project. Is this safe? Is this audited? Is this KYC'd? How are you guys going to tackle the security? And I'm pretty sure some of the questions here will probably be revolving around that idea. They will try to accomplish pretty much every step and every level of the security needed in order to make sure, for as much as they can, that the funds are safe. Now, by that, I mean that they're going to try and pretty much beat every single malicious exploit external that can happen. So they will tackle the security idea with with very high interest, so to speak. That's why I've mentioned that they will redo their KYC. So it's just a matter of time. I'm gonna actually try and ask the team myself on private, if by any chance that's done. Um, it's designed as a project with the desire, and the purpose to attract people, of course, as every project would like, and to kind of improve the ecosystem and to gain some money flow for pretty much everybody. After the months of research that they did, they think that they have what it takes to bring this forward to the table. Now let's go straight into, as you were asking, Glenn, X Capital. So what is it? Before I go ahead and tell you guys how to join, our fair launch is actually going to start in 18 minutes. I'll tackle that in a couple of minutes, of course. Let me share a bit about what are you guys going to get into should you decide to purchase um, this particular token. So to invest in our ecosystem. Um, the X Capital is not only a token, a native token. It's being designed and envisioned as a progressive ecosystem to reward its users. On every single level, the users have a benefit. Each of you guys have invested in projects, where at some point you thought, okay, so after I do this, what next? How am I going to gain more? We're all in this space to make money at some level. It's only reasonable and it makes sense. So that's how the project was envisioned. First, I'm going to start with the XApp swap. I think Glenn already mentioned it's going to be a native swap, or our own swap platform, that's going to try and tackle faster transaction speeds. From what I understood, this is again not flooding PancakeSwap, but they will try to beat PancakeSwap's central price listing and calculations. And they will try to do that, as far as I know, through some private nodes as well. I'm not very technical when it comes to that, but I heard that private nodes can solve the transaction speed. The more the better, the less they are used by users, and the more they're used by the swap itself. The more bandwidth I think they can offer. Something like that. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not very technical, but I know they have a big impact when it comes to transaction speed. Lower transaction taxes, lower as in, not that it's the case on BSC. I don't think anybody complained about high transaction tax, but they're going to be kept at the minimum levels, and an automatic slippage feature, which definitely, I don't know if you guys ever traded with an automatic slippage feature. It does came into hand. So if Glenn, for example, would text me in 30 minutes and will say, listen, Alex, I found out about our project. This is the contract. You can purchase it now. When this type of inside information comes, you guys need to act fast. So if you go onto whatever platform you want and you put the contract in, and then you set the slippage and the price, and this is going to waste time. And at that time, the token can already go 2x, 3x, 4x, depends on how fast the investors are. By having an automatic slippage function, you guys can rule out one thing from the let's say from the picture, that's already set for you guys. So it's an automatic slippage. I think you guys know how slippage works, so I'm not going to take more into that. It's better to set it automatically. It's going to bypass and front run the others that are going to try and set it manually and eventually fail the transaction. That's one of the benefits, and that's how we envision the XApp swap. There's going to be another incentive for you guys, which is oh, I'm gonna share it in the invite mechanism. Another thing that the native token, is gonna offer would be a staking feature, the lockup dividend feature, as it's listed on our white paper. You guys can lock and stake our native XCAP token to earn USDT. USDT stable, higher security. I mean, and again, not to flood BUSD or USDC or any other stable coins, but I think personally, and the team agrees with that USDT has the highest security at the moment over the space. That's why we went with USDT. The invite mechanism that I was referring to What does that stand for? Well, the project itself, and I think every project should probably embrace this. If you don't have your community to share the word, to spread the word, to basically shill what you guys offer, you don't really stand a chance of making it through the market. Definitely, you can rely on calls, on AMAs, on channels, on various other marketing strategies, but your community, your early adopters and supporters, are the ones that are going to take this through the next level. So therefore, that's what the team envisioned. That they said, listen, let's make this an invite mechanism where the community will share our platform, our services, our XCAP swap through a referral link, unique for each and every one of those. And to put things into perspective, let me take again. I hope you don't mind, Glenn. I'm going to take you as an example. You have a referral link. You shared it with me. I join that. I connect my wallet and I make my first transaction on the XApp swap. 3% of that particular value goes into your pocket. That's the benefit. One of the benefits of the invite mechanism. Once I do that, and once I bind my wallet, binding means I connect the wallet to the swap. That's the term. You will also be awarded with a low class NFT. Take into account, I'm going to cover NFTs in a couple of seconds. This one is a low class NFT. Why? Because it's the basic action. I just connected my wallet, I made a transaction. 3% plus a low class NFT is going to be awarded to you. At 50 user invites, Glenn, you as an example, of course, if you're going to invite another 49 aside from me, that are going to do the same thing, connect to wallet and make transactions, on top of the 3% on each of their transactions, you're going to be awarded with a premium XCAP NFT. These two, along with the others, will be covered in a second, so that you kind of understand what are they going to do for you. And this particular mechanism is done so that we can maintain the cash flow through the swap, generating income, and also allowing people to share, to be empowered, to gain, and also for us to gain new investors and adopters. So and to put things into perspective, I would say that it's a win-win situation for us as a project and for them as the investors and the community. Now, you guys did that. Okay, so you have the NFT right now. Still, Glenn, as an example, you have the NFTs. You're wondering, okay, so now I have some native tokens that I purchased on the fair launch, and then I have some NFTs as well that I received. What next? So aside for the referral, aside for the staking, what am I gonna do with the NFT? Is there any utility, or is it just a reward? Definitely, there's a utility, and let me share with you guys what the team thought about. 2,000 NFTs in total. Two series are the ones on the referral system. So the low class for one and the premium for 50 referrals. The other eight series are combined. So basically, all the 10 series have 2,000 NFTs in total. No more to be added to that. So once this collection is depleted and minted and bought, nothing else to be added. You're probably going to be able to purchase an NFT only on our marketplace. More to come on that. Um, you want to purchase an NFT, but you're thinking, okay, so I have two of them, but what if I purchase more? What can I do with them? Each of those particular NFTs from the series has a different, a unique hash rate. And that particular hash rate will allow you guys and determine how much you can earn by staking the NFT on the mining pool. Each of the NFTs can be purchased for 100 USDT each. NFT origin box, those are listed already on our website right now. Again, they will be fully available to be purchased at launch. And each and every one of those NFTs will have a hash rate that will determine how much you guys can earn. Now, you want to earn, you have the token, you want to earn because you have the NFT. How can you do that? You're gonna pair your NFT, the one that you have, depending on the hash rate, and the XCAP token, and you're gonna stake them on our mining platform. In order to stake them, you need to hold both the NFT and also the token, the native token. And the staking goes like this: minimum 1 million native tokens, max 10 million. And the period is minimum 14 days, so 2 weeks, up to 30 days, roughly a month. Take into account this: once you stake for 14 days, you cannot early unstake. Not for now. Probably in the future, the team will tackle a early withdrawal feature, some sort of penalty probably to be applied. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, for now, they want to make sure that the people are willing to commit, and the period is, at least from my perspective, it's a decent one. It's only 14 days. Up to 30 days, as I've mentioned. So the minimum that you're going to stake is 14 days. Only after the 14 days, you guys will start earning the rewards. Up to 30. What happens when you reach the 30? You need to claim your rewards for this for that reward cycle to end. And if you want to do this, you need to restake everything again. So it's not going to go automatically past the 30 days. Why? Because again, we want to make sure that our users are responsible and they will provide traffic and traction to our chart and our platform as well. If we would have said, listen, minimum 14 days, max whatever, you guys, and maybe some of you guys, I'm not judging, of course, would have thought, okay, let me just stake them, and maybe at some point I'm gonna remember about them and then stake them. Well, we want to avoid that by making you guys accountable for claiming at each of the 30-day cycle. In order to understand how much you're gonna earn, I'm gonna try and put this. I'm not sure if I have the privileges, Glenn. I'm gonna try and put the two formulas that I'm gonna explain right now within the chat, just so you guys can make sense of it. In case I don't
Okay.
have the, I don't think.
I'll just make you an admin, yeah, and then you'll be able to post in the
Yeah,
main
I
chat
just
if
need.
you
I
want.
mean, like quick. If you want, and if you're okay, I can DM you. It's not even a problem making me an admin. I'm comfortable either way. Whatever works better for you. um, because it's easier to visualize. So let me try and explain in the meantime. Basically, as I've said, each of the XCAP NFTs is going to have a hash rate. Now, that hash rate divided by a million will give you a total calculation amount. And if you multiply that by the staking amount of the tokens, you're going to get your daily earnings. So hash rate divided by a million, multiply everything by the staking amount, you're going to get your daily earnings. Your total earnings for each of the pairs will be staking days multiplied by daily earnings. I mean, and again, it's pretty simple. I also have them in front of me. Let me actually copy paste them in the chat as well. This is pretty much how they look. In case you guys want to visualize them and makes more sense for you. These are another, let's say, two ways in which you can combine the native token with the NFT to earn more tokens, of course. We're also going to have an NFT marketplace locally for now. So what I mean by locally for now is that we're not going to implement any other collections to be traded on our marketplace, and you will only be able to purchase our XCAP NFTs. Why? Well, it may sound like we're limiting ourselves for now, but when it comes to the perspective of the project, this is not our main utility. So the NFT marketplace is to allow people to further join the project, but definitely we kind of want to make sure that for now only our project is there visible to gain as much adoption and traction. At a later point, should it be the case, maybe we'll consider like Tofu as a secondary marketplace for our NFT, or maybe to implement other projects into the platform. For now, this is all that's going to take. This pretty much sums up a bit about the utility that we're going to bring forward. One thing that I'm probably going to keep stressing this out. I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm not sure if the fair launch is already posted. I think it is going to start in 6 minutes. So you guys are going to probably keep hearing me remind you about that. Let me know if this answers the question on the utility, Glenn, and how would you want to proceed forward.
Great, Alex. Yeah, I'm wondering about the NFT series. You mentioned 2,000. What's going to be the cost for an investor to mint one of the NFTs?
Definitely. Well, 2,000 NFTs in total. Two categories are set aside. The ones that each and every one of you guys are going to take as prizes for the referrals. Out of the 8 other series, it's going to cost 100 USDT to purchase one. So to mint one. There's no limit. So if you decide to mint, again, you use that as an example, Glenn. You can mint one, two, three, four, five, however, and pretty much you can mint the whole collection. Although we know it's not going to happen for one user to do that. The idea behind allowing people to mint more and not setting a limit is because we're basically giving you the option to purchase as many until you find a hash rate that works better for your earnings. That's pretty much it. The option that we came to kind of conclude what you're going to do with the other NFTs is allowing you guys to sell them on the NFT marketplace for others that may find the prices reasonable and affordable for them. So to answer in a short summary, 100 USDT, each of the origin boxes contains one NFT.
I see it, Alex. And you're going to have 81% of the supply. I was wondering if you could break down the tokenomics for us. That's going to be mined. I think 81% is put aside.
Indeed, that is exactly what I wanted to kind of tackle next, because with the tokenomics comes into account actually the tax as well. And remember, you guys, I told you about a particularly benefit on the XCAP swap. So let me share with you how the total supply is divided. 10 million tokens as a total supply, and it goes like this: 2% marketing plus airdrops organized by the team, 2% for the team, 4.85% liquidity, 10% pre-sale, 81.15% goes into the mining pool that I was referring to earlier. So as you guys can see, most of the supply is in the mining pool to kind of try and ensure for as long as possible that this is sustainable, and the more people are gonna join our mining pool, let's say the more the longer we can extend the period and rewarding those people. Because if we would have divided probably only 30% or 40% or whatever other number, that period would have been shortened at some point in time. And once you deploy your contract with the tokenomics, you want to make sure that you kind of calculated everything, and that's what the team is sure right now, that with this 81.15% allocation, they can make this feasible and sustainable for the long term. Now, one thing that I wanted to also cover here, the buy and sell fees. Now, this is a super important component of the staking and the NFT mine as well. These two provide capital for performing, the critical functions for the protocol, stepping in if needed with the buys, and kind of leveling up the chart should the volume drop, or should the market be unfriendly, let's say, and untouchable for a period. So how will the taxes sustain and support that? Well, sorry about that. You guys know that probably the most familiar and most popular swap right now, I think it's still Pancake Swap all the way. I personally haven't used it. I think I used it 2 times in my life. Not because I don't like it, not because I don't trust it. It's because I feel more comfortable with another platform. If you guys are still comfortable, you wanna buy or sell our token on PancakeSwap because it makes sense, because whatever, you're gonna have a 14% buy fee, 10% to mine pool, 4% to marketing, and 16% sell fee, 10% to mine pool, 6% to marketing. And now it kind of comes into account why the high taxes, and maybe you guys don't want to pay 14% when buy, 16% when sell. Well, then we came into addition with our own swap that we recommend to be used, where the buy fees and the sell fees are 12% divided in the same way. Although 5% goes to dividend pool this time, so the initial staking platform, 4% to marketing, and 3% to invite pool. The 3% from each transaction that I was referring to is going to be, let's say, into a pool, and these particular taxes from our swap are going to fuel that pool, so that we make sure that particular reward is sustainable and for the long term as well. That's pretty much the, let's say, the supply divided, and also the taxes, how we envision it, and how the team tried to make everything feasible and sustainable for as much as possible, for sure, Glenn.
Okay, I see, Alex. And with the referral invite mechanism, going back to that, will you have to hold so many tokens or be staking yourself to take advantage of that?
Well, with the referral, with the invite mechanism, it doesn't actually take into account per se how many tokens you hold, because what we will rely upon is your incentive, and let's say your desire to earn more. So you're already part of our platform. You're holding tokens in your trading. Doesn't take that into account for how much. What you can do is explain, for example, you to me, what a good platform that is, and to kind of help me jump on board using your referral, pretty much the same as others use as well. And I'm not going to name any of them, but you're going to gain 3% of each the transaction that I make, regardless of the number of tokens that you hold. And just in addition, because again, I want to stress this, the fair launch has actually started, I think, right now. Yeah, just for that, you guys. And again, what I want to state here, I'm going to digress a bit from your question, Glenn, but we can go back to that. My purpose here is to present you guys in a biased way with the project, to explain to you why I jumped on board, why I find it, maybe fascinating, maybe a good opportunity, maybe long term, maybe short term. That doesn't even matter, because it's my vision. I want to make sure that I get to answer as many questions as possible to make it clear for you guys. And when it comes to the fair launch, although it has started right now, we're not trying to create a FOMO, and by keeping it only one day. So the pre-sale started right now, 12 p.m. UTC, 15th of August. It's gonna keep on going for the next 5 days. It's ending on the 20th of August. Same 12 p.m. UTC. Why? Because we want to make sure that the people do the research, understand the concept, listen to the AMA, see the calls, see the benefits, and if they decide to jump on board, the more the better, and we'll go from there. Let me know if I managed to answer your initial question, Glenn.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And the X Capital is a community governance token. I'm wondering if it's going to have a DAO and voting rights, and are you going to renounce the contract at some point?
In regards to the contract being renounced, I'm not 100% sure. So let me actually make sure that I get that answer for you right now. I'm gonna text the team. This hasn't actually been asked so far. So let me actually make sure that I get this. Um, Renounced. Okay, I've asked them right now just to make sure, because I don't want to speculate and say maybe they will, maybe they don't. Um, I think I digressed a bit. What was your original question, Glenn? Sorry about that.
And yeah, I was wondering if there's going to be a DAO and voting rights for the community.
Based on the number of holdings. Well, I mean, at some point, I don't think they have the full roadmap developed right now, because everything they have managed to implement happen in a kind of a short period of time. I'll be honest with you. Although they've been working on a project for a couple of months, they I think they accomplished a lot in a short period of time, and in not so friendly market conditions. So we're still in a bear market, either we like it or not. At some point, and that was the operative keyword, they will think about incentivizing in many other ways. One of them is a leaderboard for most referrals active. So although you guys are going to gain 3% on the transaction, they will probably be thinking of implementing another, some sort of leaderboard to state out who is the best, and maybe an additional reward based on the amount of tokens held. And I think the amount of referrals as well. I'm not sure, but maybe an eventual DAO governance is going to be implemented. It's kind of hard with this particular type of project, um, because the tokenomics are already set in place, so we know what we offer towards the public. It's I'm not going to try and make this more or less than what it is. It's exactly what you guys see. It's a one, two, three, four, it's a four ways earning so far, and DAO governance. I'm not sure how will this be. And again, I'm not a developer, so probably that's why I don't have the vision. I'm not sure how can this work, at least in this particular stage of the project, because we want to make sure that the users are empowered and they actually feel the governance. For now, I mean, the taxes are not going to be changed. So our platform is going to run on 12.12 and PancakeSwap on 14.16. We're not going to invest in other projects exactly as a DAO. So on proposal side, so I'm going to state here that there may be a plan in the future to try and empower the users more. I'm not sure if through a DAO governance or through other earning methods, Glenn.
Okay, I see, Alex. And has there been an audit on the smart contract for X Capital?
Yes. Audit is actually I should be already public on PinkSale, done by CoinScope. Let me just make sure. Yes, fully working right now. I actually accessed it. If you guys check the fair launch right now, there's the audit. And again, I'm gonna restate this for everybody that joined a bit later. On the KYC side, it's in progress, not fully done right now. The team hasn't replied to me yet, but yeah, there were some problems initially with that communication towards solid proof, and yeah, they wanted to be revoked and to redo it. It's in pending. I saw some conversations. I don't have a definitive timeline to when it's going to be done, but that badge is probably going to be added there as well. So yeah, audit done. CoinScope. I'm not sure if they're tackling a second audit for now. So in terms of security, this is what they're offering right now. CoinScope audit.
I see, Alex. And going into the marketing, what's the plans around the marketing for the first quarter after you launch? Are you going to be launching 24 hours after the pre-sale finishes as well?
Well, the plans for the launch also just to state, and I hope you guys don't take it the wrong way. Almost 4,000 raised already in the fair launch, so it kind of makes sense because I mean. We knew that there was some adoption. We still have in terms of upcoming marketing strategies. Let's say we still have and I need to check my notes. I'm sorry for that. One, two, three, four, five AMAs left. We already. I'm not sure. Can I mention the communities, Glenn, or should I just state that we did some? I don't want
Yeah,
to.
if you
Yeah.
mention what you're doing around the marketing, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, thanks for that. I need to ask because some of the communities are not okay if I'm mentioning others. And again, don't take me the wrong way. I'm not shilling anything, but this is what the team thought about. And I jumped on board before everything was set up. I would like to think that I was a part of their strategy as well, and I helped them. Um, so we already did the AMAs with Future Lounge, Phoenix Holdings. We have Whalecoin right now, and we have another one with IM Community at 1 p.m. UTC. What else? We have Caesar tomorrow, Venom 2 days after that, Kepler 3 days after that, and Insiders Lounge 4 days after that. When it comes to marketing, let me emphasize one thing, and I believe they were already on board with that before I even suggested it. I said this is what I saw on other projects. The meta back in Q1 was for a project to launch with a call from one community or with a call from another community. And then after it launches, everybody calls it. Everybody calls it, pumps up the chart, goes up. Either your pre-sale or your whales or your snipers, they get their profit. The selling pressure interferes. Most people panic. They sold. What's going to happen then? It's very hard to go back after such a transition from going up 10 15x to going down to your pre-sale price. The team, and I think they were already on board with that. I suggested that as well. I said, listen, let's make it in a progressive system. So we're going to do an AMA. Today is an exception. We're doing two, but it was the only way we can manage everything. Let's do an AMA and some calls in some various communities each day. After launch, that was probably the and I'm going to tackle the question. Should the fair launch end today? The launch is expected to be done 24 hours after that. Should the fair launch end, as I've mentioned, by itself on the 20th of actually on the 20th of August when it's the closing period. The soft cap is 10,000. I don't know if I mentioned that, but nevertheless, once it ends on the 20th of August, I stand corrected. 24 hours after that, we will expecting to have the launch. What are we gonna do in this period? Because the fair launch is running for 5 days. Aside for the AMAs, we're gonna do some calls, and I heard. Again, I cannot name the partner because, as I've mentioned, the team is on the Asian side, and I'm not very savvy on those particular marketers and calls. They have some names lined up there as well, and a strategic partnership in progress. It's not yet signed, it's not yet delivered, and even if it were, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce the name. I don't know them. Um, it's kind of not so difficult, but it's a different way of seeing things. They're not looking to be that particular coin to be called by whatever Jake Paul or Tyga or whatever other big name. Because that's gonna do great for the token for sure, but we rely on the utility of the people. So an organic investment, organic growth, organic and strategic development. If we do the pump and dump type, people that are willing to join the ecosystem and are willing to earn by staking, by NFT purchasing, um, by combining, by referrals, they're not actually going to join anymore because they're going to think, okay, so I'm joining right now, the price is low, the utilities are there, the calls are there, so whatever Jake Paul tweeted, that's done. What's going to happen next? Probably nothing. I'm going to skip. We want to make sure that we have that organic traction by doing these referrals, by probably promoting ourselves through the various channels. After the launch, additional things that the team is actually tackling right now are some Twitter accounts. And again, we're not looking at big names. We're looking at partners that have the same area of interest as we do. So on the financial side, on the incentive side, on the staking side, on the NFT side, because everything that is developed right now and that will be developed after the launch within the lifespan of the project needs to have an incentive, needs to guarantee some sort of profit, either big or small, depends on each and every one of us judgment, but it needs to provide something for the users. Otherwise, they're probably going to think, okay, why am I going to purchase it? What am I going to do with that particular thing that you guys are promoting? So this is the strategy is going to be an organic marketing, aggressive, but in the same time progressive and strategic, so that every call, every AMA, every post that you guys are going to see, or maybe at some point even written articles on some publications, those to actually have the proper impact. One additional thing is, and again, it's probably going to rely a lot on the YouTube side. We want to make sure that everybody knows that the platform itself is user friendly. If you guys have the knowledge, just by setting up a MetaMask wallet and clicking on a platform similar to any other swaps, for instance, then you guys are good to go. It's not thought at a third, fourth technical level. It's done in a user friendly way so that people can actually make use of this for the long term. Let me know if this answers the question, Glenn.
Okay, that sounds great, Alex. Let's open it up to community questions. Let's see, Syed, you had a question for Alex here. X Capital, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, I was going through your white paper and it's mentioned that the X Capital Swap is equipped with the most advanced smart contract technology, and it's able to directly draw USDT from each transaction and proportionally transfer it to the inviters and the dividend pool. So I want to understand that will the contract automatically sell X Capital token to buy USDT and then distribute it to the inviters and the dividend pool? How will that work?
Definitely. I'm sorry. I wasn't actually paying attention to who asked the question, so I'm sorry for that. I didn't get to get the name, but still, thank you for the question. First of all, in plain simple terms, because again, when it comes to the technical side, I'm not good with technical stuff, so I couldn't actually explain it into, let's say, terms. This is actually falling on the what I was mentioning earlier, and as you stated, it's gonna draw USDT from each transaction. So the particular amount of that 3% of the transaction that I was mentioning is gonna be directed towards the wallet of each of you guys, and that's gonna be done on on the automatic side. There's no reward or dividend for selling the native token in exchange for USDT, but the smart contract developed, and it's developed in house, no third party there, is going to directly draw that amount. So in order to make gain of that, it's going to be done automatically. Let me know if this answers the question, or if additional let's say details are needed. I can probably tackle that one with the team and come back later, because as I've said, and I'm sorry for that, I'm not good with technical sides. That's why probably I'm never going to be a developer myself.
Yeah, got it, got it. Okay, moving to my next question. So you also mentioned that 10 series of NFTs, user can mint these NFTs by buying origin box, and the probability of drawing NFT with the higher hash rate is lower as compared to the NFTs having the low hash rate. So I was thinking that will there be only one origin box which users can open to draw a random NFT, or there will be different types of origin boxes? So by opening higher tier box, user will have more chance of getting NFT with higher hash rate.
This is actually a good question, unanswered so far. But yeah, let me put things into perspective. One origin box, only one type. The NFTs themselves, once they're minted and opened, the boxes are opened, they will look differently. So to make the difference between the hash rates, the NFT origin boxes themselves are gonna be the same, because again, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's gonna cost 100 USDT for each. So it's more of a lottery here. what you guys are getting. You could get a good one from the beginning, or you can get a low class one probably from the beginning, and then kind of, let's say, forcing you, maybe if you want to earn more, to dive in with with another mint. But the reason why we're making this is to sustain that particular probability of getting either good or bad for every good, not bad, but let's say on the lower side of the ROI, the lower hash rate. If we would have made a difference, so we would have implemented an origin box that's going to award you with the good ones, and an origin box that's going to award you with the lower end ones, the prices would have needed to be different, because otherwise everybody would have minted the good ones, would have said, listen, I want to get a good hash rate, I'm going to mint those, and then the other ones would have probably be left there. You guys would have been happy with your ROI, so no selling on the good hash rates. The others that wanted to join the community would have said, okay, so now what? We're not having the chance to mint more because 2000 NFTs have gone, they're gone. Let's say maybe 1,000, and 1,000 ones are divided onto the not so good hash rate. So I want to get more, but I'm not able to. It's not fair. So in this way, we're trying to make it fair towards each and every one of the investors. Again, thank you for the question. I'm sorry I couldn't actually get the name.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that very nicely, and it makes sense. Thank you so much. Over to you, Glenn.
Okay, thanks for the question, Syed. Let's move on to Western Beast. You had a question for Alex at X Capital. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, all right. So, I'm on your roadmap now, and I see that you've got marketing into three phases. Uh, do you intend to run incremental marketing force? Let me put it that way, so that more people can be aware of your token. So, what are you doing in the first marketing stage that you're not doing in the second? What are you doing in second that you're not going to be doing in the third?
I didn't actually get the last one. So incremental marketing that I got. Um,
Yes. Okay, so this is what
if
I'm
you can,
talking about. Okay,
yeah,
sorry
yeah,
about
go
that.
ahead.
I saw three phases of marketing on the roadmap. Give me a second, let me get it. So there's the second round of marketing, and then on phase four, there's still the third round of marketing. Normally, the marketing that is usually included includes those of celebrities and stuff like that. So, but I'm seeing you're running the marketing in three different stages. So, what have you done in the first that you won't be repeating in the second? And what will you be doing in the second you won't be repeating in the third?
Okay, okay, got it now. Perfect, perfect. Thanks for restating that. Indeed, I mean that's how the let's say the team envision it. What I want to state quickly on the marketing is that maybe that's not going to be added to further stages of the roadmap. It's still going to be done because think about your CEX listings, your further adoptions, your further coins added to the swap, so that you can, for example, use XAP swap to trade Doge as an example. Those are still going to be part of the marketing strategies. Now, to answer your question, what did we do in the phase one that we're not going to repeat in the phase two? Well, phase one started actually at an incremental stage where it was pretty much sharing the word about the project. I wasn't actually aware of the project back then. I think the community was sitting at probably 500 to 600 members, close to that. And again, ballpark figures. And the development was pretty much to get in touch with launchpads to understand and to test your smart contract, to get the dApps in place, and to kind of share people once, because once you're trying to approach someone with a collaboration or a partnership type, you need to show them something, and that's exactly what they wanted. So the marketing concept was to pretty much show everything that was done at that point in time, to build a community by spreading the word, and to get in touch with the proper launchpads. There are more than one launchpad right now available. Definitely, Pinkcell was the best choice, but that doesn't mean that the team didn't speak to others. And by doing so, we marketed our products, or in incipient stage, for more, let's say, early adopters to jump on board. Should they be willing to invest or not? By the looks of the fair launch, I think they will. But that was pretty much stage one. So stage one of marketing is an incipient level stage. There's not much you can do to market a product that's still being developed. Again, because they didn't want to set a false expectation of promising something, and later on to kind of figure, oh, maybe we cannot do this, but we already mentioned it. We're kind of stuck. Phase two of the marketing. Uh, Phase two, as in pretty much what we're doing right now, and what we're probably going to continue to do is live streaming and preparing people for the product, for the fully developed product. Explaining first of all what I'm doing right now with you guys. This is part of the marketing. Um Various calls, as I've mentioned, already done on channels, more to come, because it's, in my opinion, it's the best single way to make a statement. The more communities, more solid and reliable communities know about you, again, done in a biased way. So the partnership wasn't done in a way where we expected them to guarantee everything. We're going to do 50x. This is the moonshot of 2022. No, it's going to be done in a biased way so that communities are able to research and educate themselves, and pretty much every single decision to be taken in an accountable way. So calls, various channels, AMAs. I mentioned we done three already. If I include this one, five still to come on that. For now, this is probably going to be it on the MA side. More to come on each of the development stages that are going to follow. Your typical CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, and banners on pretty much everywhere, on the PooCoin, on the Dex too, so that people get aware. Even the let's say unfamiliar people get aware of the project. Now on the later stages, I would probably say the third one. Now that's where your centralized exchange listings comes into account. That's not that easy. I mean, definitely it takes some volume, it takes some traction, takes the marketing to a whole different level, because this is opposite to the first stage, where you're presenting an incipient stage. Here you need to come with facts, you need to come with numbers, you need to come with statistics and with community behind you. So by doing so, the team hopes that by that time the number of holders will be sufficient, the number of transactions will be sufficient to implement more features. XCapSwap could perhaps benefit of let's say a chart widget, or maybe a history of the transactions, or a stop loss feature, or so on and so forth. Those all were going to take time, and by that marketing stage, by the last one on the roadmap for now, we're looking at the partnerships within the same area of interest as we do. So it will only make sense for us right now. I'm not gonna name anyone, but to partner up with someone in the financial side, or in the incentive side, or even on the NFT side of things, than to partner up, for example, with a car brand, car development, just for the name of it. So yeah, again, I don't know any of the partners, but anything goes, anything can happen for sure. Depends on the pros and cons for them and for us as well. So yeah, let me know if this answers the question on the marketing stages.
Yes, yes, it really does answer the question. Okay, so my next question, I'm on your X Capital swap, and the difference between the regular X Capital swap and the Pancake swap. So I can see there's actually an advantage to using X Capital swap, which is actually even recommended by your website. That there's a 5% dividend pool, 4% to marketing, and then the 3% to inviter. But on the Pancake swap, I didn't see any referral reward going to the inviter. So is it that it's preferable to go for XCAP swap method over the pancake swap method? Will anything be going for the referrals when the person uses pancake swap? Now let me explain. If I invite someone and he uses XCAP swap, I'm going to get a 3% dividend of whatever he gets, he puts into the project. But what happens when that person uses pancake swap? I do not get anything, right?
That is fully correct. Yes, the let's say the way that we envisioned this, that this was designed. Of course, there's a difference between the fees. Just to comment on that, because we want to make sure that people understand the benefit of us implementing the swap. The main reason why you guys would be willing to trade on XCAP swap is the lower fees, is the fact that you're going to get 3% for each and every one of the referrals that are trading on our platform. Because think about it this way. If we would have awarded you guys indeed, it's still a referral, a valid one, but those particular funds and taxes are going towards PancakeSwap. We're getting as well, 10% to Mindpool and 6% to marketing, but the traction on our swap is not there. So it was only normal for us to incentivize people to gain them over to our swap. But in the end, what we hope is going to make people trade more on our swap is becoming comfortable with it, seeing the user friendly interface, kind of getting on board with our vision. First of all, as I've said, I think I used PancakeSwap 2 times in my life, but that's not because I don't think it's good. It's just because I feel more comfortable and used it as a habit. I used another one. That's what we're relying upon. It's not about gaining monopoly. It's not about downgrading PancakeSwap because it's not good. We're just gonna try and do things, within the same industry on the swap things, a bit better, a bit, maybe more user friendly, so on and so forth. Hope this answers the question, my friend.
Yes, yes, it does. Okay, I am still on your white paper. I'm still going to circle back. I don't know if it was discussed. Maybe the time it was because my Telegram was a little bit laggy. I'm actually still seeing another advantage. Just to add to what you said, I'm seeing another advantage of the fact that even if I invite someone and he uses that X cap swap, there's a high probability that I can get a rare. Okay, okay, there's a high probability I can get a rare NFT, right? But my next question now is on the referral system. Is there a maximum amount of referrals I can earn, and are there tiers to your referral system? For example, person one refers person two, then person two refers person three. When person one still gets to benefit from person three, are there tiers, and is there a maximum amount that someone can refer?
I would state no. There's no maximum amount that you guys can refer, and that's why I've mentioned. I think it was probably 20 minutes ago. Something that in the line of the development on the progress roadmap, I think the team is looking to implement a leaderboard for these particular referrals to be quantified in one way or another. I couldn't actually state right now how they're going to think about things. So yeah, basically to kind of answer your question, once your first referral connects the wallet and does a transaction, you're gonna be awarded with an NFT. That's the low class NFT, first of them. That's first of the series. Once you gain 50 valid and active referrals that also trade on our platform, you're gonna get incentivized with another that's gonna be on a premium NFT. Those are two series. Those are referrals. Now again, you can invite another 50 or 100. No further NFTs will be awarded. But yeah, I mean, I think that kind of sums up the answer that you're looking for. Yeah, just confirm to me if I'm right or not. I'm not sure. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I got cut out. Okay, that'll be all from my end, Alex. I really wish X Capital the best. Since there are still a lot of unanswered questions on the technical side, I appreciate the fact that you're transparent about it. I'll be running my technical questions through the team through the socials. I wish you guys the best, and I hope that your project stays bullish moonward. Over to you, Glenn.
Okay, thank you for the questions, Western Beast. Let's move on to Venice. You had a question for Alex at X Capital. Go ahead.
Yeah, Glenn, thank you so much. Actually, as you mentioned that we can pair XCAP token and XCAP NFT to stake for more XCAP. So the amount of XCAP token needed to pair with XCAP NFT depends on type of the NFT. I mean, rare NFT will require more tokens for pairing, or how will it work?
So you're tackling the mining on the pool side of things. Okay, so let me go over that again. Definitely, thank you for the question. The mining pool is gonna work like this. You're gonna pair, as you've mentioned, one of your NFTs. Again, for your own benefit, would be one of the higher hash rate NFTs. Depends on what you get on the minting, and our XCAP token. Now, there's no minimum amount correlated with the NFT. So you could pair, for example, an NFT at your own choice, whatever you want, but you need a minimum of 1 million tokens and a max of 10 million. That's just for you to be able to pair whatever type of NFT and start earning. So it doesn't matter if you pair a low class NFT or a premium one, the lower hash rate or a bigger hash rate, it's not going to ask you for more tokens. It's definitely up to you, as long as you are within the range of minimum 1 million, max 10 million. Over from there, you're going to stake them for a minimum of 14 days to start earning rewards and a max of 30 days. At the end of the 30-day cycle, you either claim, so then you claim your rewards and you redo the cycle, or you can let them ongoing, unclaimed, but the rewards are not going to get onto, let's say, accumulated. So once the 30-day cycle is done, it's probably your responsibility to claim and to restart the process so that you can earn more. Let me know if this answers the question or not.
Yeah, understood. This answers my questions, and I also want to know that do you plan to add pairing system where people can pair an NFT with other NFT to stake for earning XCAP tokens?
I would state on a feasible way, not within the probably not until the end of the year. The reason, as a justification for that answer, is our pairing goes, hand to hand with our native token to earn internal benefits. If we were to implement another token to be paired, so whatever other collection, first we will need to bring that on board to our NFT marketplace, have it signed, have it as a partner, and then decide what are the rewards gonna be. If we award, and this I think goes both ways. If we reward, let's say we bring Doge over as an example, we're gonna reward XCAP. Then think about it. Why would people need to go on our platform to earn XCAP with Doge when they already have our XCAP NFTs? So there's no point in doing that. If we reward Doge, it doesn't make sense because then what's the use of our NFT? Because if you pair our NFT to earn Doge, it doesn't really make it feasible for our project. If you want to pair it to earn BUSD, USDT, USDC, whatever other stable, that's another contract that needs to be put in place with the pairing, and that's probably going to take some time until it's fully developed. So that's why I'm stating, eventually, it may be an option, but it's not in the plans right now as far as I know.
Okay, I understand. And one last quick question from my side. Currently, you have BNB USDT and BUSD in your XCAP swap. So, do you plan to add more tokens into it? And will I be able to pay the fee with the token which I am making a transaction, or it will be some uh, only one dedicated token for paying the fee?
One dedicated token for sure, our native token. I don't think the team is gonna allow BUSD on that, but probably it's gonna be the native token XCAP to pretty much provide another incentive on it. Will we be adding more? Definitely at some point in time. But as I've said before, it's going to take some time. First, we need to see the adoption. Second, we need to find the proper projects to actually help us sustain on the long term as well. Could we sign Doge and Shiba? And those are big ones. They already have a name established. So yeah, it's going to take some time. We will develop strategic partnerships, but with coins and projects that will probably work in our advantage as well as we will work in their advantage. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, completely understandable. And thank you so much for answering my question as
Soft cap now, it's over 11,600. So it will, just to clarify that, with it being a fair launch, Alex, it will run for the 5 days, and whatever's raised is raised. Yeah.
Yes, Glenn. Yes, definitely. I think I made a statement that was confusing a couple of minutes ago, or maybe 20 minutes ago, and I answered this. So the pre-sale, the fair launch is gonna go for the next 4 days and 23 hours to be precise. It's going great so far. 3 MAs down, 11,657 USDT raised. It's gonna go on again for the full period, and launch is expected 24 hours after it ends. But this still is to be confirmed. Why? Because our fair launch will end on the 20th. Now, 20th is a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, and for us to launch on a Sunday, we might actually need to change it on a weekday, because everybody knows that the volumes are not there on Sunday. People relax, people take holidays. Whatever they do, they tend to not be focused on crypto. So as a statement, 24 hours minimum after the fair launch ends, to make sure that we have that particular traction for sure. Thank you, Glenn.
Okay, awesome, Alex. Thank you very much for coming today. You're a great speaker for the X Capital team, so that's been awesome today for our investors to hear about X Capital. As we always say, Wellcoin Talk is for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice. You can check out the website, the white paper, and the official socials there in our main chat now. But yeah, I'll finish the recording. I think we've got spin the wheel for 2 lucky winners as well, Alex. $50 each, if Axe is there.
Thanks a lot. Always a pleasure being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the week. And yeah, we'll see you further in the community. Thanks a lot, Acti. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks to the full Wellcoin community.
Thank you, Alex. I'll finish the record and send a copy over for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for any community investors that couldn't join the call today.
Awesome, my man. Looking forward to that. Definitely thank you. I'm going to drop out right now to prepare for the next one. Wishing you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye for now.
You too, Alex. Take care.